hike up to Fletcher Peak today. It's cold. It's about 37 degrees out here right now, so see you at the top. You made it! We are hiking up to Fletcher Peak.
Hello,
This
good
is Kahla.
morning.
Climbing up that.
Dope, right?
The colors are pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Find a friend and go on a hike. It's totally worth it. And it's fun. I'm so tired this morning because I worked yesterday. But get out there. The trail that we're on now is Trail Canyon, and it will lead us to the North Loop Trail, and we will pass right by Rain Tree. If you haven't seen the video for that, I will link it up here or up here and give you a link to it in the description.
Unless you want it.
I don't care. What do you think about this hike so far? Beautiful, right? We're climbing the first 2 miles. Well, Trail Canyon is actually, it's about a 2-mile trail. It's straight up because it meets with the North Loop Trail, which is kind of like a ridgeline trail, sort of. It's just below the ridgeline. So, but I don't mind climbing if the view is just gorgeous. If you're in the Las Vegas area, I suggest doing this hike in the fall time because the leaves are gorgeous.
We go pretty fast.
Alright, still climbing. We're almost to the top of Trail Canyon Trail. But it's a really good workout. We've passed several people this morning that are actually going to Charleston Peak. That was my original plan, but it's like 35 degrees up there and it's way too cold. I do want to note that this is a really good hike. It's a good hike to challenge yourself if you don't hike a lot and you want to do basically some endurance training, because the first 2 miles are all uphill, and then when you start to get to Fletcher Peak, that last mile is uphill. But we're just taking our time. If you take your time, you won't wear out as easy, and you can stop and just enjoy these views. We are still hiking along up the North Loop Trail. We should be at Rain Tree here eventually. We're gonna head on up here. We had a nice time visiting Rain Tree, and now we just made our turn on the trail for Fletcher Peak. If you're a Patreon member, I actually have the coordinates for you, so go and head over to Patreon and check that out so that you know where the turn is. There is no sign. So we met up with, there were some guys taking a break. Actually, we were sitting at the Rain Tree, and they came from Mommy Springs, and we decided to have a break too. So we decided to have a little conversation. But man, were they so full of themselves and their expensive gear, and I just wear t-shirts and leggings. But they wanted absolutely nothing to do with our conversation, and they were just rude. I understand when you don't want to talk to people, but there's sort of a difference when you can tell when people think they're better than you. So I want you to know that people like that don't own the trail, and they you have every right to be here just as much as they do. So don't let that discourage you from hiking and getting out there. In fact, just let that be something that helps you push forward and prove to them that you can do exactly what they're doing, regardless of your financial situation or your looks. climbing up one of the last stretches for the peak. Up that. Came from there. They say the last mile is the hardest, but it's worth it. Around the corner.
That one?
Yeah. No, this way. That's a pretty cool tent spot for backpacking. I will leave the GPS coordinates in my Patreon. I think we are almost there. We're going through this pretty good incline, but we're in this bristlecone forest. It's awesome. Totally worth it. Gotta push yourself so you can finish. You made it!
I'm dead.
We made it to the top, yay! 10,300 feet. Lots of elevation gain, I'll put that below. If you liked the video, subscribe and like it and leave a comment about what you thought about the hike. The views up here, we've got Death Valley back there, Red Rock. We've got the Sheep Mountain Range over there and Creech Air Force Base area. Amazing views. Oh, again, rain tree. When I'm hiking and it's a hard hike, I like to think about waypoints. I like to get to a section and then complete it and then think about the next section. So that helps on a hard hike. Let's do a little pause and reflect about today's hike. I've learned that even if you're not used to hiking with other people, it is so great to hike with someone new and get to know some things about them, enjoy the trail, have a different conversation, and just enjoy yourself with the company of others. So I suggest you find a friend, maybe check out a hiking group in your area, and go on a hike with them.